Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of our Miami trip. In this episode, I'll explain what we did in the second day of our trip, but not in full, because on the second day we explored 4 different places of Florida Keys, but I cannot cover all this in a single video. So today I'll cover only 3 of them. So let's get started. Those who have very little or no idea about Florida Keys, let me explain it for them. It's a string of tropical islands stretching about 120 miles off the southern tip of the US state of Florida. This beautiful stretch of land is between the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean. The southernmost part of US is also known as Key West. So we have already reached Florida, Miami, and today we are going to Key West, so let's get ready for the day. It was the second day when we reached Florida, Miami, and we just wanted to explore the area where we stayed in the morning. This property was owned by an Indian, so you could find different statues or decorative items which resembled India. The buildings were only one-storied and there was a designated place for each of the car owners who had taken the rooms on rent. There was a separate place for free breakfast and that was adjacent to the main office. After having breakfast, we started our journey to the Key West, and my little daughter was unable to finish her breakfast, so she was having it in the car. The southernmost part of US is Key West, and to reach there from Miami, it takes about 3 hours by car. Since there are so many things to see and so many fun things to do during this trip, no one can avoid stopping at different locations during this memorable journey. Initially, we had plans to stop at 3 different locations. Though we started our journey early in the morning that day, but still there was crunch of time and we could not stop at all the locations that we planned for. One was missed, but never mind, it may happen next time. The journey itself was so interesting that we hardly recognized missing anything. Though when we started it was nice sunny day, but since the tornado season was round the corner, so we had to face this kind of drizzles on and off. The first stop that we made during our journey was this. It is famous for the giant lobster model that is enough to attract the visitors here for photos and selfies. There was a gift shop just beside this, and you can see how colorful it was from the outside. The cafe nearby was called Lobster Shack, and the food was obviously expensive there, but we tried the famous snack of this part of Florida, that is lime pie. Of course, children love chocolates, so do I. So we took 2 of this at $12. After that, again we started for our next location. In this journey, we had to cross so many bridges that I even lost the count. Another thing is very special in this journey is that you can find different kinds of vegetation. It's not only the tropical trees that you are going to see, but there are other kinds of trees. Not only trees, you can find different kinds of statues that you can see in this video, and obviously you can find different places to take the boats on rent for exploring the Gulf of Mexico. Also, there were many people by the side of the road. They just parked their car and got into the ocean for fishing. We also had to cross many small towns where we could find different kinds of vibrant shops, restaurants and other things to see like museums, etc. Though we did not have any plan to stop there because we were not so interested to know the history of this place, but those who like history and they want to visit these museums, they will really enjoy. This road trip itself was enjoyable for us. The islands that can be seen far away are also the parts of Florida. Next, we stopped at Robbies. It's really a very good combination of the fun things that you can do, the exquisite things that you can buy, and also some good and tasty food that you can eat. Of course, apart from creating contents like me. All on a sudden, we found an auto rickshaw here, and my son became super excited because he did not expect it to be at least at this place. The shops were scattered here, but we went for the main buildings first. As you can see, there is a custom here that whoever comes at this place, he or she can stick $1 note on these pillars, and we have seen a person coming back to find his note, and when he found it, he became so happy that he just tried to click some pictures of that. Just beside this place for shopping, there were eateries and a very interesting place that I'm going to reveal after a few minutes. This was a very cool place from where the boats were taken on rent, or you can spend some time with the natural beauty that you can see. There were birds eating fish and playing in the water, and I have used the word cool not just to mention that it was a beautiful place, but also to mention that the temperature was also a bit lower than the outside because there were many trees and the shade was there. After this, we went for the most famous and interesting activity that happens here, that is feeding the tarpons. We bought 2 buckets of fish at $10. If you don't want to feed the tarpons, it's okay. You can go there just to enjoy the scene, and the admission fee per person is $2.50.
No, Ariana. They will bite.
No. Not for you.
No, go ahead.
Though feeding the pelicans are not allowed here,
It's coming for you.
but feeding the fish itself is very challenging here because pelicans are there to snatch the small fish out of your hands before you can feed the big fish.
Not you, Matt.
Chalo.
Excuse me. We go walk the rest of the deck. See what else is
Sorry. Sorry.
The big fish were really big and scary, and there was a nurse shark with them. But we got scared more because of the pelicans, because they were trying to snatch everything we had.
바람이 불어온 그 밤에 꺼지냈던 조각들이 난 떠올라 순간에 falling down 감추려 애써
Yeah, he just shark. Be careful with the shark. Oh, right in his head. That's a shark, right? Yeah. Nurse shark. Nurse shark? Yeah.
It's a shark.
Nice shark.
You dropped the fish right in the shark.
It was really very interesting to see this water being so clear that you can see all the fish inside the water. And it's very easy to have an idea when they are coming to grab your fish.
They're good at looking up. You can watch them like looking straight up. Get a high one. Yeah. Oh, these are fighting.
Next, my son also tried to feed the fish. Initially, he chose the safest route. He was so scared that his hand will be grabbed by the fish. He was not actually feeding the fish, he was throwing the small fish that he had into the water. Though we could not see any manatees, but there were some, as it was written. After having a bit of experience, my son started to feed the fish from the place where there was no net to protect his hand. At this point, he was waiting for the shark to come near so that he can feed that shark, but it did not happen somehow. This activity was very tempting indeed, and that is why my husband repeated this once again. He went to buy another bucket of fish so that he can feed the full bucket all by himself. I'm just going to reduce the speed of this video so that you can see what a big mouth this fish had. After having this unique experience, we just wanted to cool down a bit and have some drinks before we could go for shopping in the shacks nearby. The music was on and it was really a very nice ambience. Before having lemonade to beat the heat, we were just trying to explore a shack. This really reminded me of the seashores and the beach areas that we visited in India, because this kind of shacks are everywhere in all the beaches in India, where we can find the different things made up of seashells. There was only one difference, that here the things were mainly decorative items, while in India we can find the jewelries as well. At last it was the time for lemonade. After this, again we started our journey towards Key West. As per our initial plan, we had to stop at 7 Miles Bridge. Unfortunately, we could not because of two reasons. First of all, there was crunch of time because we had to reach Key West before sunset, and second one was entirely our fault because we did not know the exact location where to stop and could not find the proper exit to turn our car and stop. When we missed it, then we realized that we cannot just turn around and go to that same exit because it was a single lane road. Let me give you some information about the 7 Mile Bridge and why is it famous. It was actually one of the longest bridges that was ever built in 1982 when it was opened. It connects the middle keys with the lower keys. Unfortunately, that bridge is not usable right now. I mean, you cannot drive over there, but of course you can walk, you can stand or sit in a chair for fishing, and obviously you can take some eye-catching pictures. The main problem with that bridge is it is broken in the middle. As you can see in the right hand side, it is that 7 Mile Bridge. The site of it was really elegant. The bridge where we were driving was built afterwards, and right now it is the only bridge which connects the Florida Keys with the mainland. As I was talking about the broken part of this bridge, it was so beautifully taken care of that it hardly resembles any broken part. Rather, it becomes a scenic beauty in itself. It was time to eat something before we could reach the Key West, so we stopped at this place. It was a small and cozy place with two types of sitting arrangements. One was outside with fans on. Another one was inside with AC on, so we chose this place as we are feeling very hot outside. Since it was a Cuban restaurant and we did not have any idea about what kind of food will be good for us, we chose some simple food: tacos, fries, chicken and fish. After finishing this, we went straight to the southernmost point of US. We had to park our car at a nearby point, but we had to walk for at least 5 minutes from the parking spot to the southernmost point. It was about 4:30 p.m. and it was very hot outside. It was a pleasant neighborhood with shops, resorts, and restaurants. There are many private properties too, but few as compared to the other types of buildings. And here we saw the southernmost building of US. If you Google the southernmost part of US, you will get here. And there is a special place where everyone tries to click a picture. So there is always a queue for that. Even when we were coming back from this place to Miami and it was after sunset, then also I saw a queue.
Ariana, look here, Ariana. Ariana, look here.
After clicking our pictures at this famous spot, we just tried to explore the area. After this, we went to a beach which is also known as Duval Pocket Park, just at a walking distance from where we were.
Ariana, hold my hand.
We did not get into the water from the beach that was there because there was a private property just nearby. So we just went on to the pier. The water was not so clear because of the seaweed. We did not wait for long at this point because we had to go to another park to see the sunset. To know what we did next, please stay tuned.